themselves, but still I would like to say a few more words about me and Professor Cempírek. We are coming from the same institution, from University of Pardubice. Pardubice are located about 100 kilometers from Prague on a corridor, multimodal corridor or railway corridor, and on a highway 2. We are on a Aeroklave. Also, our faculty belongs to university. We have 7 different faculties, and our transport faculty was developed after splitting Czech and Slovak Republic. So we founded at 1993, but our professors came from Žilina. So this is our background, is from Žilina before. After that splitting, there were some other transport-orientated faculty at Prague also. So we have 2, but I will be talking about education a little bit later on the end. Professor, I would like to tell a few words about Professor Cempírek. Professor Cempírek is professor of logistics, and he was focused on logistics and also railway engineering. His interest is wide, and his professorship dissertation was also about logistic centers. But then, in the last period, he was also a member of our parliament, so he was part of the body in all commissions according to transport and this kind of logistic industry as well. About myself, I'm associated professor on a faculty. I'm teaching logistic management. In the last period, before last year, I was vice dean for external relations. So I found 2 new universities at 2 new places where we don't have, I think, Erasmus cooperation yet. So this is task maybe for extend our cooperation. Now I'm leading transport laboratory as a laboratory which is bridging the students or university with the industry, trying to cooperate with some association with the company as a use and logistic and the other companies. Before I will start my presentation, I would like also to say you many regards from our president of Czech Logistic Association, from Dr. Kincl. At the beginning, he was ready to come here and join our group, but then appeared some other important programs, so he stayed at Czech Republic. So this is the logo of Czech Logistic Association. This is our logo. They are green and round. It means that they are open to all the world. At the beginning, before I will start my presentation, is more focused to current situation, and I think under the discussion or under our later discussion we can talk a little bit about the future. But before I will start with numbers and some explanation and view, I would like to talk about one global principle about mobility. Mobility at all. Transport systems are key segment for offering the mobility to people as a global. But what we are talking about always are included people. As one hand, if we talk people, it means passenger transport. No, not exactly, not at all, not only, I mean. Because we are logisticians, we are focused to the transport, and what for we do the freight transport? We do it for people. The goods are produced by people, they are sent and operated by people. Logistics is with the people, with skilled and educated people, and also receiving the final customer. They are people. So it is about people. The passenger transport, freight transport, and logistic and transport will be facing several, and there are already noticed several big tasks in the future. All our populations is getting older and older. So we need good skilled people, but also we need to have systems. While we will be working and we will be 65 and still at work and 67, and still we need to think for the future maybe. So this is about the people, and I would like to mention the people at the first place. Then my presentation is following about infrastructure and structure, which is the most important part, where I will put the stress to some part which are important for Czech Republic. I'm coming with some report from our place. Road and railway infrastructure for us is the key. So I will speak a little bit more about them. So there is some tap. As you see, we are quite small. As you know, we are quite small country. We have in a total 55,000, nearly 56,000 kilometers of road and motorway networks. But I will point it out that we have plus 75,000 kilometers local roads, and then there is this total, and this is also total. What does it mean? It means that total road and motorways network and highway network, it is managed by the state and state body, but local roads are managed by the local councils, by the villages and local halls. So sometimes there are different statistics for them, and also different money for the maintenance. Some regions are doing better, some worse, so it depends where you are in the local division. So if we have a look, what is the most important for us and for international cooperation and logistics is the highways and motorways. So now, as you see, there is some small development, not so big, with motorways and expressways. So nearly 800 kilometers and 450 kilometers expressways and motorways we have. And also first-class roads are sometimes used to avoid motorways paid tolls if we are speaking about international logistics. I forgot to say what is already known. Czech Republic is a transit country. We are quite small country and we have strong transit. So that's why I was putting on these motorways and expressways, and I will follow with the connections. This is the Czech Republic. There are three big cities. The biggest is Prague, capital city. Second biggest Brno, and then Ostrava. So three big cities. And if you see, there is the express ways and motorways at the color this picture. What we have and what we don't have. We have quite new, quite well working connection to Germany by D5. It's several years new. It's working. We have fully working. We have D1 and D2 connection direction from Prague to Slovakia. But as you know, you are in a logistic and road. We started massive renewing by some European and local projects. So nowadays there are lots of works on the main, and all our oldest it was finished in 1977 I think was finished. Started 73 I think, or even earlier 77 finished. Up till now there were not so big rebuildment of this motorway. Only two are totally connected and totally working. Only two those. The others are somehow in a process of finishing or finalizing the last part. For example, the connection to the north, to the Germany, to the Dresden and the direction. There is missing at Czech side. The German side is perfect, but the Czech side is still missing some parts to finish. There is not so many kilometers, but that's the problem that not finished yet. The similar situation with expressway. It's R10, also direction to the north and to let's say eastern part of Germany, direction to Zittau and a little bit connection to Poland as well. But we are missing also few last kilometers to finish to be completely connected with the highways. If I go for the D11, exactly somewhere here, we are Pardubice and Hradec Králové. We just finished at the part, and several years we stayed because of the land, and we don't have strong law to take the land and pay to owners of the land. And there were many years discussion, and still the law about the state law and state body doesn't found any way how to take this law. But the local, they switch it to the local regional town hall found a way how to communicate with the owners, and now we are following from Hradec Králové, that is, by the way, one of the biggest roundabout and several floors roundabout at what we are missing? We are missing connection directly to links to Austria. It's still just this part, and slowly following that further. What we are missing, it's even not pointed out here. It's our 52 connection from Brno to Vienna. It's still missing, and it's somehow on a process, but very slow. D2 I already mentioned, and direction to Katowice, the direction to Poland, to Ostrava. There is nearly finished connection D47, but there were also some problems. We did it fast. This road, there were some problems with the road, and it's still rebuilding, new one and again rebuilding. So this is our expressway and connection with the surrounding states, with Slovakia, using D2 Hungary, and also with our neighbors. We have lack of connection with Austria. If I will speak about expressways and motorways, and still not enough to direction to Poland, and with Germany is so connected. So this is our future. This is our future tasks and future possibilities for development to finish in a horizon 2020, and even a little bit more the connection with other countries in this road network. Few words about railway tracks. We are a small country, and we have 15,000 kilometers of railway tracks. The density is quite high, but on the other hand, only 20% of that amount is double line or double track. So only 20%, what is not so much. This is division non-electric and electric, so 9,000 nearly, and 7,000 electric by the traction. Situation with the corridors is similar, maybe even worse than with the highway transport. I am not talking about quality, but about the amount. There is working. This is up there at the presentation. There is now a national marking of the corridors. Please do not look at that. I have put marking international, so the fourth national fourth international corridor from Dresden through Děčín, Prague, Pardubice, and then Brno, and direction to Bratislava and Vienna. It's fully working nowadays. And also corridor number 6, which is connecting Katowice, Poland, and then through Přerov down to Bratislava and Vienna is fully working too. The others are under the construction. So this is our task about the infrastructure and the future. I was not talking. This is more view about amount of the roads. I am not talking about quality. How to measure the quality. I pointed out. I mentioned D1, which is our oldest highway. But hauliers and freight transport have to pay for that, and on many parts it was not like a highway, it was really in a bad condition. I couldn't compare if it is worse than in Poland or better. Maybe it's the task for some European project to measure the quality, not only quantity but the quality of the roads, not only many lines and how much transit can flow, but also the quality and so on. So this is maybe it was already done, but maybe for our future project it will be good task. Then let me to tell you a few about development of the freight transport and logistic in my further task. Now I have tabs where two parts. One is representing total transport of goods in 1,000 tons. And the other part, second part down below, it's total transport performance in million kilometers. So as you see from 2005 to 2013, we are a bit decreasing amount of 1,000 tons. But on the other hand, at Czech Republic, millions of kilometers are increasing. What does it mean? What does it mean? At the previous times, we were transporting more heavy things. We were transporting more coal, more heavy raw material, and so on. Nowadays, the logistic is more focused to the final customer, to bring him the goods, even with the packaging and everything on the time and so on. So this is a bit about restructuralization of the flow of the cargo, and also it's about the development of the society and so what is wanted, what is needed. We can just compare how it was, how is slowly increasing railway transport, and how is influenced also by the crisis and economic situation, road transport. But as you see, about millions of thousands of tons, you see that road transport is much several times bigger. Even if you look to the million ton kilometers, so you can compare that road transport is having bigger volume. I was talking mostly about those because, as you see, we need to focus because we don't have so much inland waterway transport. If you look to the 1,000 tons, and also if you look to the ton kilometers, what is bad or not good on our statistic is the statistic about the air transport, because up to 2005 this number was represented by Czech national operator, and up to that time we have only this operator. From that time we have other operators which are not giving us, we don't have so much power to get the correct data. I believe so that is lower, but I'm not sure about this amount, if it is representing perfectly. So this is just for the for visualization, how much is the total, what is the where is the road transport is missing, some color which is not visible is higher, and where is the in notebook and laptop is visible, that is somewhere here. But the projector doesn't show us that. So this is the middle is road transport, and railway is lower. The same as this one. I would like to stop for a minute about emissions. We have already the previous presentation about emissions development. Even our transport is somehow increasing. The emissions are a bit decreasing at Czech Republic. It's according new technologies or implementing new technologies, new engines, new Euros implemented into the road. It's also not only about money at the sector, but also about some policy. We will pay, or our hauliers would pay less for tax roads if they have a better Euro, if they produce lower emission. Nowadays we have a very nice PhD project, and we are trying to get some European or thinking to get some European project, and I would like to invite you to think about joining to that project. We knew that in the future, that there is a close future, that for example at France they are already making that. Haulier, transporter has to put on invoice amount of the emission which was developed. How much emission is per parcel. But now they are calculating. They have Renault have own calculation. It's approximately this way. The other brands of the trucks are also offering. You put what is the type of the truck and engine, and they will calculate it. But those calculations are not true. We are working on a better calculation. We are measuring already several years or 2-3 years the emission, and trying to get real dividing to the or this is the question, what is better, to the parcel or to the tons transported, because not every day is the road the same. Not every day you have the same situation. Not every driver is driving the same way. So there are many factors which influence total CO2. I'm talking now about CO2 emissions. So there is no other deep methodology how to correctly measure these CO2 emissions from a transport. Globally, transport, I think it's 20% from a total. Transport is making 20% from a total. But there is no existing precise methodology how to measure and how to split it on a parcel. So now we are trying to finish with this, or this PhD dissertation at the second stage. Then we would like to bring somehow methodology, and I would like to invite you, if you like, to cooperate with us on that huge project. We are searching for partners or for colleagues. And now I'm focused getting to the third, I think last part or near last part, logistics areas at the Czech Republic. Sorry, this is still not so great, not so much visible. Maybe not so much better. So you can see total stock in, we have nearly 5 million square meters in category A1, the newest and the most modern logistic places. And as you see, the more than 100,000, there are two region of Prague, capital city, the highest GDP, lots of companies, Czech and international as well, some industry, but lots of consumption, the biggest amount of the people on the same place, and also connection to several highways. This is sort of the old center, so that's why they are offering one of the most square meters in a logistic areas. That region goes to Silesia and to Poland and Slovak border. It's, I think, according to automotive industry, there is placed Hyundai, and this is a strong relationship with the Kia mother and daughter, and they develop new, total new companies on a green grass. It's something different than Škoda. Škoda had previously across whole country, suppliers and so on. It is a bit different. This is totally new, so I think it's this offer, and also the region which is about cooperation between Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia. This is the region. So they are offering this square meters. I will follow. As you see, this is the some or most of the biggest logistic centers at the Czech Republic, and as you see, it's copying highway infrastructure. So again, Prague, again somewhere Brno, again somewhere Ostrava, and some other places, direction to Germany, and so on. So this is situated. This is map of logistic areas. This is for first quarter of 2014. New developments, new constructions are in Czech Republic, 45,000 square meters. CTP Park is one of the key players, offering the biggest. Then it is the others. Similar as next slide. This is the total share. As you see, CTP Park, Prologis, and other foreign international logistic companies are building and renting logistic space. There is similar graph showing new supplies, and for example, the red one is gross take-up, which is it includes new rentals, new leases, renewals of the agreement, expansion, and subleasing, sub-renting the others. Only A class, so you could see some amount of the square meters. That is the market, how it flows across quarters in the last period. 6.5% is vacancy, free space. Why? Because at the logistic nowadays, it's everything they try to well planned, and they are not building infrastructure or not building the centers on the green grass, and they are asking customers come, so they are doing agreements and planning and so on and developing mostly, and so that's why globally it's quite this number is quite low. Still, I'm always talking about the highest A1 level. I'm not talking about some halls which are older, not so well equipped, and so on. So it could be different number. A few words about this. Vacancy by the regions. For example, Prague. It's very strange. Prague has nothing. Everything is taken. Nearly everything is taken. At the region, because the Prague have strong potential. There is lots of possibilities, lots of spaces. On the other hand, South Moravian is having vacancy more than 10%. Still not so much visible. Czech Republic is the darkest one. This amount is the market statistic of offered logistic space. There is also Hungary, then Poland, Slovakia, and Romania in the picture. So you would see a development across the years. I forgot to tell you that logistic and transport are influencing or having about 10% of our GDP, so it's quite important for us as well. And on the end, let me point it out just only a few sentences about sustainability, about future, what we have to think and maybe to put into our book. I would divide, or in my mind was three criteria. First one, economical as a sector. To build up and reach and have at the sector good effectiveness at the transport and logistics, to be competitive among whole market at Central Europe. And also it needs this economical criteria, it needs collaboration. I already mentioned that this about society, about industry, about development of the industry. So the global collaboration with the industry and connection. This is the globals under the sustainability. And also it's economical plus social. I would like to mention again people again that our population is getting older. Again about what will be economically at our countries within 10-20 years. Ecological criteria, it was also nicely mentioned today. I already had some CO2 and it belongs as well. But also I see that continuous development at the sector, it's necessary to be sustainable, but at the same time not breaking natural surrounding around us or minimal breaking, as well as at the same time increasing the quality of life. It sounds like a proclamation, but quality of life, people would like as much as more as the years are going, people are traveling, passenger transport is getting higher. Infrastructure is only one. We have common infrastructure, railways, and nowadays passenger transport is getting bigger and bigger. And also customers also having some new tasks. Nowadays the ordering by the internet and getting the goods very fast and so on, it's new tasks. Amazon is building up new huge investment close to Brno, and latest news is close to Prague for Central Europe to deliver fast and so on, DHL and the other. So nowadays also quality of life is also about getting goods at the time with the quality, with the information when it comes and so on. So this is about also infrastructure, IT and so on. It was also mentioned. So increasing, not decreasing or increasing, keeping good quality of life, and so ecological criteria. Sometimes the balancing, sometimes the green people saying this is the green, but it's not. It's decreasing quality of life because people are also part of the ecology. And I will not get the goods because of the ecologies, the goods at the time, maybe in the future. And also on the end, I will finish with the social criteria. About mobility, I already mentioned mobility. People want this globalization, people traveling more, mobility as I meant passenger transport, but also mobility as a freight transport, as a great logistics. So to have safety and secure transport, security and logistics, and also to have good working conditions at the sector. I already touched the things that we are getting older, that we need to have skilled personnel and to be ready to work with the people which are not only young, and also to develop the spaces for people who are closer to pension. And on the end, I'm finishing that it would help education. We call it at the lowest level, at the secondary skill dual. We are pushed from Bologna process and from European Union to have as much as possible university level skilled people, but the working skilled people maybe start missing, and good workers maybe with title PhD or with dual from a secondary school. So we developed a Czech Republic, and we were working on at the project, me and professor and some other colleague, on a national standardization, which we can also put into the book, into our common work. National standardization of the education and skill for workers at the logistic and transport industry. So we develop names, and we develop names of the workers or of the position, and what should be skills and how they can get. So those standards we can also somehow implement. So Marek institution have all titles are offering in the transport, bachelor, magister, and PhD as well. But there are not so many still schools, and maybe the structure it's not so. Still have some improvements or have some space for improvements. I already named our institution as a transport faculty. There is transport faculty at Prague. There is one private logistic faculty at Přerov, and as far as I know, only one more at České Budějovice, which are focused. They are quite new, which they are focused to the transport and logistics. That's all for our country, as far as I know. So I'm finishing my presentation with also our topic. We are somehow teachers also cooperating with the video industry. So education, I'm thinking that is very important. Thank you for attention. Any questions?